ततः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैव पशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्धृतं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are in Yoga Vasistha Nirvana Prakarana second half and 48th chapter, where we were discussing on the state of a realized soul and the mind of a realized soul, how it looks like, how its position is, and what are the indications from which we can understand he is a realized soul. And mainly we have seen there is no difference between a realized soul and a worldly being, except the mind. All other actions will be same, but the inner attitude, inner state of the realized soul will be different. It will be always introvert. It will be always enjoying the bliss inside. Inside means in the heart of hearts. And outward actions will be going on according to its tendency, old habits. Whereas the ignorant persons, worldly persons, they will be doing everything with the doership ego, and they have no introvertness of the mind. They are always extrovert, and they will always have attachment and doership, that ego, and they will be affected by pain and pleasure of the result of their actions. In this way, outwardly there is of course some difference in their behaviors, but outwardly very difficult to understand how is a realized soul and a worldly man. This is what we were discussing. We saw yesterday all these belongings. The world means I and my, and all my, whatever belongs to me, an ignorant person is attached to it, and he will have the desires to protect it, grow it, and take care of it. Whereas the realized soul never has any attachment to the objects outside him, which an ignorant person says it is mine. The realized soul will have no mine, no mine, only his. He always thinks everything belongs to the Absolute, because he is present in everything at all time, in every conditions. His presence is everywhere, felt by the, experienced by the realized soul, whereas ignorant persons are totally unaware of the presence of the Absolute, eternal, unbroken, continuous presence of the Absolute everywhere. The worldly people, they don't have this sense. So they think all the objects, whatever belongs to them, they can enjoy freely. And that's how they will have the ego of enjoyership and doership also. इसीलिए श्रुति में बतलाई गई जन्मादि कारणता उसमें है, यह कहते हैं। इसीलिए श्रुति में बतलाई गई जन्मादि कारणता उसमें है। किसमें है? अज्ञानी में है। यद्यपि वास्तव में आत्मा कारण नहीं है, तथापि कारण रूप हुए उसी आत्मा से पवन गतियों की तरह ये सृष्टि प्रलय आदि विकार उत्पन्न होते हैं। Today we shall discuss another important point. He says, though the world is not there, yet for ignorant persons world is there. It is as truth as the day and night. The world is there, and objects, worldly objects are there, they are true, and whatever is associated with me, it belongs to me. This is the firm conviction of the ignorant worldly person. And how does it look like? How it appears to be such? He says, for this, the Absolute is the cause. We have some some ideas about the self. The individual gross, individual self, individual being, individual self, and that means the body and the senses, mind, prana, etc. This is the gross body. And it is driven by, activated by the inner self, that is the whole totality, idea of the whole totality, which is nothing but made up of 8 aspects, that is the ego, fourfold mind, prana, and the body. This triangular force is associated with the 5 units of senses. That means to see, hear, and taste, touch, and smell. All these are the 5 units of the 5 senses of knowledge, and because of these 5 units, there is an urge to have contact with the sense, particular sense object of the particular sense. Say, seeing, the vision, that when activates, then the eye will have contact with the form of the object. In this way, all these 5 units and that triangular force, together 8-fold aspects, that constitutes the inner self. Inner self. That is called Jivatma, the individual being, individual self. So now the grosser body and the subtle body, the individual self is known as the subtle body. It has the gross body outside it. And there is another body which is subtle most, which is called causal body. We have, every being has 3 bodies. One is gross body, other is subtle body, and the third is the supermost, that is called the causal body, which is cause for these 2 subtle and gross bodies. So it is called causal body. How is it that he is trying to explain you what is called causal body? We have discussed it many times. You must be remembering how the causal body becomes the cause for all this world. You see, though the absolute is absolutely stagnant, silent, because it is all pervading, all knowing, and almighty. So because it is everywhere there, it will be only one. So there is no question of the second. So whatever we see or we imagine, it will be within that one that we have seen yesterday. So naturally we can come to the conclusion, if at all we have some ideas of the visible world which we think it is true, that also will be within the absolute. It cannot be other than the absolute. So now coming to our point, because the absolute is absolutely transparent, absolutely one without a second, one without a second. So whatever will be seen or imagined, it will be within that. And that's how the presence of the Absolute, because of his transparency, because of his omnisciency, he knows everything. He is almighty, he can do and undo everything because he is almighty and everywhere present. So that presence of the Almighty, which cannot be avoided, which is one only and eternal presence, unbroken, uninterrupted presence, that presence is the cause for the all such imaginations, what we think there is a world and it is true world, it is made up of pairs of opposites or triads, the doer, done and doing, seer, seeing and seen object, or action or reactions, or the objects and its name and forms. All these we imagine somehow or other. So, if at all we imagine all these and we take it to be true, then it will be within the Absolute and the Absolute will be the cause for it. Its presence will be cause for it. Got your point now? How the Absolute becomes cause for the whole world. And yesterday evening, our Jinan Sahib had the question, what for I am here? Why did I take birth? And why shall I die? Why this life is given to me? So I had to answer, first of all, tell me who are you? And then the purpose will be clear. Who are you? You are, yesterday we discussed so clearly, there are assumingly, imaginarily, there are three identities which are the cause for the world or whatever we know. One is individual being, the other is the all-controller of the whole world, whole universe, and the third is the Supremo, which is not visible, which is not known to all these individuals, which is the whole totality. So in this way, three identities we discussed yesterday. And the individuals are individuals because they are limited by themselves, and they are, because they are limited form of the unlimited one, so they are bound to be part and parcel of the Absolute One. And when the Absolute One is unable to do anything, that means it cannot do anything. There is no question of any Second, because action and reaction is possible in dualism. And triads, seer, seen and seeing, these triads are possible in the dualism, dualistic state. And cause and effect, triads, action and reactions, all these names and forms, I and my, all these are possible only in dualistic position. Or else if absolutely one is present, it is only one, so there cannot be any action or reaction. There is no question of any creation or dissolution, because it is one only. All these creation and dissolutions are action and reactions, existence and non-existence. Everything is possible only when there is dualism. Because the absolute is one without a second, so it cannot be the controller of this so-called visible world. And action and reactions, cause and effect, or triads, doer, doing, or enjoyer, enjoying, all these are impossible for the absolute.
If you say absolute is the cause, you will catch hold of him and
Yes,
why
but
he creates this, right?
he is not the cause. His presence is the cause. See now, if the teacher is there in the class, let him not teach anything. Let him sit silently. The whole class will be silent. And if the teacher has given some work to the students, though he keeps quiet, yet the students will be doing their work. So the presence of the teacher, whether he does anything or not, the presence is the cause, but not the teacher. Teacher keeps quiet, but his presence makes the students keeping silence and doing their works. So presence is something, it appears to be different than the object. Presence does everything. For example, a democratic country, India is a democratic country. We have the president, the all in all. He is capable of doing and undoing anything and everything. But he does nothing. He does nothing. His presence makes everyone doing everything. Out of the fear of the presence of the president, the whole government does its work. His presence is enough. When the king is there, the whole kingdom is alert, and it will go on. Every citizen will do their duties because of the fear of the presence of the king or the president. This is how the presence is the cause for everything, whereas the object or the supremo is not the cause.
presence we can call Shakti.
Huh?
Presence we can call Shakti.
Yes, presence we can call its nature because it is all present, eternal presence. So, presence cannot be avoided. Presence gives his identity. It is eternal, unbroken, uninterrupted, continuous presence. That is called present. He is present because of his presence. So this way, his presence, his nature is the cause for the creation. And from other angle we have seen it, just as the big waves are reflected in the water itself. Waves are nothing but water, and it is reflected in water. Or else a curved mirror, a part of it is reflected within it. That's how it is the cause, it is the action, and it is the reaction also. Because it is transparent, its reflections are seen within itself. Other example we always give, a lens house. Say the object is there in a lens house, the object will have innumerable reflections within the reflections, and they will be always clumsy, indistinct. Nothing will be clear. Within one will be within the other. So in this way, all these reflections are possible within the transparent object. So, bringing our previous conclusions, because the absolute is one, everything will be within itself, so it will be its reflection only. And those reflections are because of his presence, because of his nature, because it is transparent, because it is perfect, because it is clear and without any adulteration, without any second within it. That's how everything is reflected within itself, and its transparent presence is cause for all this. Though it itself doesn't do anything. This is how he talks about the causal body. Causal body means the absolute presence is the cause for the all controller, the universal being, or the creator, or we call him God or Ishwar, the Lord, which is one absolute controller of the whole universe. He is, that God is, the presence of the Absolute. That's how he controls everything within itself. That universal body also, it is universal, it is not individual. So it has control over the individuals. Just as I have control over all my parts of the body. As a total being, I have all the control over my whole body. All the parts and parcels of my body is within me, and they are individuals, I am the total being. Similarly, the God is all controller of the all individuals which are within himself. Now we have understood somewhat. There is nobody who wants to or who can understand. It is he only. It is he only understands himself. So, यद्यपि वास्तव में आत्मा कारण नहीं है, though the Supreme Self is not the cause for all these, yet कारण रूप हुए उसी आत्मा से पवन गतियों की जैसे अलग नहीं है, ऐसे सृष्टि प्रणय आदि विकार उत्पन्न होते हैं और उसी में है ये सब. So he says, just as the movement of the wind is nothing other than the wind. एक गया आ गया फिर जाता है और आता है. Just like the wind is not different from its movement. Wind is understood when it moves, or else it is not wind.
Not only wind, everything.
Huh?
Even eye, 24 frames has to come, otherwise you cannot see.
Yes, movement is the quality of the being. Why? Every being is bound to act. नहीं कश्चित क्षणम अपि जातु तिष्ठत्य कर्मकृत. Nobody can remain without doing something for a moment. Why? Because you have been, so you are a being. You have been, what have you been? You have been the being. How? By limiting yourself. Unlimited is not a being. So by limiting yourself, that limiting is an action. From there the action and reaction starts. So the being cannot remain without action, even for a moment. It starts with the momentum to be, to express itself. That expression is called action. Everything has a tendency to express itself. That expression also is known as action. It is known as reaction also. It is known as multiplication also. One has to become many in this way, and this is known as the journey of the soul also, the evolution process also. Everything is this. Everything starts from this. So the whole world is bound to the law of action and reaction. कर्म प्रधान विश्व करी राखा, जो जस करे तस फल चाखा. Whole world is linked by this law, just as the pearls are linked by the inner thread and it makes a garland. The chain is linked by its links. Sutre mani ganaiva. Just as the garland of flowers they are collected, they are interrelated by the inner thread. That's how they are called a garland. Similarly, the whole universe is linked by the law of action and reaction. Why? Because the whole universe starts by action only. What is that action? I am, let me see myself, or let me many. I am one, let me be many. That multiplicatory action starts, then only I can see myself. When I am two or more than two, then only I can see myself. How? The seer, seen object and seeing process, then only one can see something. So the action starts means dualism starts. And dualism starts means multiplication starts. And multiplication starts means there will be difference and there will be interruptions, भेद. तभी तो संसार में भेद पैदा होता है. This is the nature of the nature. This is the nature of the creation. There is no creation possible without these laws.
Between Paramatma and his presence, there is no भेद.
भेद नहीं होता हुआ दिख रहा है. जब संसार है करके हम मानेंगे तब भेद देखना पड़ेगा. अकारण कारण, causeless cause. Yes, Mataji.
Duality starts with the body.
Pardon?
Duality starts with the body. Is connect with the body. Duality.
Yes. Body means it is dualism. You have been the body. Body has limitations, isn't it? Limitations means you are a being. Body has its boundary. Body cannot be unlimited. That's how this body sense is very difficult to overcome. Since the beginning, this body sense is inherited in every being. The absolute, when it thinks to, of course there is no such phenomena, but yet we have to imagine something like this only. So if the absolute wants to see itself, it has to see itself within itself, so it will be reflection of itself, and then it should be many, because it wants to see. Just now we discussed, seeing means the seer, seeing process and seeing object. There should be triad, then only something can be perceived. So all these subtle laws we have to understand this creation and ourselves and our relation with the Absolute. If this analytic process is before us, then you are bound to say you are nothing but part and parcel of the Absolute, which has been limited in a body by mistake because you want to see yourself. That is the whole trouble. If you don't want to see yourself, then there is no body parts, there is no body. Keep quiet. Only feeling will be there, I, but there is nobody. This is how we come to the conclusion, meditation is nothing but keeping quiet. Then only you can experience the absolute presence, or else there is no other way out of it. Nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya. There is no other go, no other path. You have to keep quiet to know who are you. Not by discussions, not by hearing, not by seeing, not by any way other than meditation. Meditation means keeping quiet. Meditation don't think to fix your mind on one object. Why it is not so? In the beginning we have to have such ideas. Meditation means withdrawal of the mind first. First of all, controlling the senses and a little control of the mind by laws and regulations. So it will be regulated, yama and niyam. And then we have to withdraw the mind from the sense objects. Slowly we have to fix it on one point, one object. This is what we know till now. But finally, there is something else to be understood. When you fix your mind on one object, that object, you become that object, you become one with the object, because mind is not moving. So mind takes the form of that object. Then there is no difference between the object and I. The I is gone forever. And object remains not object as we think. It becomes, its presence goes beyond the names and forms. Names and forms are always changeable. So when that fixity, that steadiness is achieved, so names and forms also disappear. So there is no I nor any object. The absolute presence remains in the end. That is called remnants. It is not a being. So you are melted in the absolute. Your identity is gone forever. That is called meditation. And that meditation starts by oneness first. That one disappears in the end. So real meditation is the remnants of everything. Negation or affirmation, everything when it stops, then only the remnants is called the state of meditation, and that is called the truth. Remnants is the truth. It cannot be expressed by language, by telling. It is one or many, it is I or my, it is my goal or it is I itself. Nothing can be expressed. Expression also is a process where dualism is there. So no expression. It is only being that. Now you have become the limited being. Now your being, limited being, will be unlimited being. That is what you are. You have become the absolute. That will be the state of the realized soul, which is beyond the imagination of the worldly beings. The worldly beings are asleep. It is dark night for the worldly beings. They know nothing about it. That's how the truth is invisible. You see something which is not the truth. This is how I and my dissolves in absolute. What we discussed, whatever we see, whatever belongs to me, it belongs to the absolute. This is how. Just as the wind and its nature, movement are not different from each other, they are one and the same. So also the presence of the Absolute is not different from it, which is seen in the form of world, the creation. सबका आराध्य भी आत्मा ही है, यह कहते हैं कि and if at all you have to think something, you have to meditate upon something, you have to achieve something, you have to get something, you have to desire for something, then it will be only the absolute truth. You have no other desires now. You cannot have any other desire than the absolute. All your desires are also melted in the absolute. If at all you desire, for what? For the because there is nothing other than Him. So you have to desire for Him. Your goal is that, and that's how the Vedas say, thou art that. Tattvam asi. You are that.
Material desires are also then that.
Yes.
Anything you think.
There is no desire. It has been melted, disappeared. And now we understand what we were discussing previously, to contemplate over the highest words of the Vedas, Tattvamasi. Now you understand what is the meaning of Tattvamasi. That means your identity, with all your desires, your doership and enjoyership, your actions and reactions, your identity with limited form, and with your I and my, everything is gone somewhere, disappeared somewhere, just as the night, darkness of night disappears when there is sunrise. Where does the night go? And where from it comes in the evening again? It disappears because there is light. There is no darkness. He says, the goal of everyone, every being, is that only. There cannot be other goal. This is how. You are bound to have that goal, and you are bound to achieve it. You have no other business than achieving that and becoming that. Now, you cannot desire for anything other than that. now you are in हिंदी में कहते हैं कठगढ़ में खड़ा कर दिया, कठगढ़ में. Now you are entrapped, locked up. Have you any other go? Can you get out of it?
We know we should have done already.
No way out. Entrapped. Just like the ferocious man-eater wolves in Uttar Pradesh. Some of them were entrapped. They were caught by the forest department. They were playing havoc in the locality, some locality, attacking the children and creating horror in the areas. They are entrapped now. Now you are also entrapped. Are you the man-eater wolves?
We are self-eaters.
Self-eater, you have now eaten up yourself. There is a being, some animal. It doesn't eat anything else. There is. It eats itself. You know? When it eats its tail, it grows. And the tail grows. And again it eats its end of the tail. And this is how it exists.
Our philosophy goes
And you know how amoebas grow?
splitting.
Eh?
Splitting one cell into two cells.
Yes, splitting. Amoeba catches its prey to grow, and it covers up all around and swallows it within. And it covers up from all sides the prey, and it digests the prey in a moment. It becomes one with it, and then it splits and becomes two. In this way, the germs, the diseases, germs of the diseases, amoebas, they grow so fast, they become many. In this way, our absolute one has become many. Swallowing himself. You see, the virus, it spreads so quickly. This is how the world is ever growing. The truth is called Brahman, which is ever growing. And the world also, Maya, is ever growing.
So the worst virus is Paramatma.
Virus.
Param virus.
Param virus, and it has spread all over. You are attacked by it. You are now attacked by virus. And the cure is to meditate upon it. This is the medicine. क्या कहते हैं उसको, क्या वो इंजेक्शन को क्या कहते हैं वायरस का, वैक्सीनेशन. हम कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच जाते हैं यार. गप्पा का कोई लिमिट नहीं होता है. भगवान को, परमात्मा को वायरस हो जाते हैं.
Parama virus.
amoeba, because Anoranian, it is smaller than the smallest. Vedas say, I am not claiming it. Smaller than the smallest, the virus, germs, and amoebas. And greater than the greatest, it multiplies in no time. Multiplies.
जैसे मैं एक हूँ, एको हम इच्छा हूँ,
हाँ,
तो उसी को ईश्वर मानना चाहिए।
जो एको हम अहम आ गया, जो यूनिवर्सल ईगो, दैट इज कॉल्ड द ईश्वर।
उसी को ब्रह्मा भी बोल सकते
ब्रह्मा भी बोल सकते हैं, विष्णु भी बोलते हैं, उसको शिव भी बोलते हैं, और उसको कितने नाम से हम कहते हैं, नियति कहते हैं, दैव कहते हैं, क्या क्या नहीं कहते हैं हम। एक नाम से समझ में नहीं आता, इसलिए हजारों नाम दे देते हैं। जो जैसा देखा जिस कोने से उसको ऐसा ही नाम करना देना पड़ा। वो नियति है, दैव है, क्योंकि दिव्यता है उसके अंदर, और वो कंट्रोलर है, इसीलिए नियंत्रण करता है, इसीलिए नियति है। और वो ईश्वर है, इच्छा करता है, इसीलिए ईशति इति, जो इच्छा करता है मैं अनेक हो जाऊं, इसीलिए ईश्वर है। और वो अपने आप में ईश्वर हो करके वो ऑल इन ऑल है। कितने नाम हम दे देते हैं उसका, गतिविधि को हम जैसे देखते हैं ऐसे नामकरण करते हैं। पप्पू यादव, गोलू, किन्नू और आकू, क्या क्या नाम रख देते हैं। All these are nicknames, our nicknames of the controller. God, Lord, controller, the what else? Many names, because it is self-knowing, so Daiv, Divya, it is effulgent itself, because it knows itself. Then you will ask, he knows himself. Do we know not what we are? We know ourselves. But your knowledge is false, because you think something and you feel something and you behave differently, you think differently, you express it differently, and while working your actions are different. That's how you are called worldly being. You are ignorant persons, foolish beings. What else I can say? Nonsense beings, because you have no sense.
We think we are intelligent.
Huh?
We think we are intelligent.
Yes, pretending, posing to be very intelligent. You have no control over your mind nor intellect, nor you know what are you. That's how you are not the controller. जब अनेक, हाँ, जितने स्थावर जंगम पदार्थ हैं और ये जितने प्राणी हैं, वे सब अपनी अपनी इच्छा के अनुसार आहार सामग्री प्रदान कर उसी आत्मा का निरंतर पूजन करते हैं। यह और एक बात बता दिया। He gives another vision of, he says, whichever being is known to you, whatever is known, what is not known, gochar, agochar, whatever is known by your senses or whatever is beyond the knowledge of your senses, known and unknown, seen and unseen, whatever objects are, they are existing as per you. Whatever names and forms, everything, they are worshipping the Absolute by all means. They are pleasing the Absolute by all means. The answer to question of our Jinan Sahib. What for we are here? If you are at all there, you claim I am, then you are the food for the Absolute. He enjoys by your being. You are the object of enjoyment of the Absolute. How? Do you go to the bathroom? Do you look at your face in the mirror? Why? Why? To enjoy yourself. This is how the Absolute enjoys himself. You are nowhere there. If at all you are there, you are his enjoyment, object of enjoyment. Just as you enjoy your reflections and you dress yourself, make up yourselves, going to the beauty parlor, and then you come to the front of the mirror and enjoy yourself. So, the world is for his enjoyment. Just as you enjoy yourself, he enjoys himself.
Somewhere he likes bitter gourd, somewhere he likes...
Yes, just as that animal eats its own tail and grows, just as amoeba grows by splitting himself, so also ekoham bahushyama, the Absolute grows, multiplies itself within itself. Every moment I have to tell within itself, because don't have an idea of something other than him. Always you have to be aware, not to think other than him. Nothing is there other than him. So if at all you think of yourself, you are that.
But Swamiji, if that Paramatma, if he remembers Paramatma and enjoys, nobody is going to scold him. He forgets and then thinks Anand Swami.
He enjoys forgetting. He
He makes us forget.
all the claims and blames and all the demands, all the क्या कहते हैं दोषारोपण करना, all the yes, everything is goes to him only. Blames, claims, and everything goes to him. Don't accept anything as you.
Sir, what Swamiji?
Your identity is nowhere to be found.
But a question will come, Swamiji. He enjoys, I suffer.
There is no I to suffer. There is no I to suffer. close your eyes and forget your eye. Don't see the world and don't remember your eye. Okay? This is how we should contemplate and we should come to the conclusion. Every moment he is coming to the conclusion. जितने जो कुछ है इस दुनिया में भोग्य वस्तु, whatever objects are there for enjoyment, it belongs to him and it is for him.
परम पूजन शब्द यूज करते
हाँ, and whatever you are doing nothing, you are worshipping him, and he is making up himself to see himself. Whatever you are doing, if it is said it is his worship, that means he gallants himself to see beautiful. Just as you make up yourself.
You tell him something, let him do all this by remembering, not forgetting.
Without forgetting, there is no enjoyment. If you work all the time continuously, you get tired, so you want to go to sleep, isn't it? You want to forget yourself. Same thing, you are his miniature. You are nothing but the model of the Absolute. Don't forget it and forget yourself. That is the only way. And now don't put the question how to meditate. This is how we have to meditate. When the I is gone, when the mind is gone, when everything becomes his worship by himself, for himself, and this I disappears into two. It cannot remain as I. All these objects are for his worship. जो कुछ any action is done, it is his worship. Any action by anyone or by any means, it is only his worship. Sahib, I have replied your answer in your absence.
So the question will remain. अब presence में answer करेंगे तो question रहेगा संग.
What for you are?
What you are and what am I?
Your I is a food for the Absolute. It enjoys it. And he becomes many by your presence. He was one as you, and now he has become many. He wants to become many. That's how you are there. Your presence is his presence. And your enjoyment, your becoming many, is his multiplicatory process. He wants to enjoy.
So my suffering is also his suffering.
Your suffering is his suffering. Forget, you are nowhere to suffer, nowhere to do anything. Whatever you do, it is his worship by himself. You are nowhere seen. You are out of the screen. Understood now? Your presence is for his enjoyment. Your presence in a limited form to make many. He becomes many by limiting your form. It is his unlimited form which he has made it limited to enjoy himself, to become many and see himself as many. Just as you see your eyes, nose and beautiful beards and mustaches and so red forehead, and you enjoy when you stand before the mirror. Don't you enjoy yourself?
In the mirror?
Yes.
Do you used to enjoy?
No.
You don't see the mirror, your reflection?
I'm afraid to see my.
Because so you are so ugly. No, you are beautiful. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Nobody can say I am ugly. Nobody. जी हाँ आप सुनाए रे साजी
I didn't understand your answer about suffering. He said, and my suffering or our suffering is his suffering, and I didn't understand your answer.
You are part and parcel of the Absolute. Do you understand it? So, if the hand suffers, if the finger suffers, it is I who suffer. The suffering of the finger is not suffering of the finger. It is my suffering as a total being. Similarly, you are the part and parcel. You are the individual identity. When you suffer, the cosmic being suffers. It is his suffering. I gave the example when the finger is cut. Who suffers?
The person. When my
Person means the whole total being,
yes.
not the finger.
So you say if we
You are the part and parcel. You are the finger of the total being, the absolute.
so when we suffer, the absolute suffers.
Yes.
Yes.
So it belongs to him.
Okay, now I understand.
There is no finger, only body is there. Finger cannot claim it is an individual being, though it appears to be so.
But can the absolute, can it suffer?
Because when I wish only, then the finger can move. That's how your movement is according to his will. That's how we say, "O Lord, thy will be done." You have no will at all. If the finger can do something of its own, then only you can do anything of your own. When I want as a whole total person, then only I can catch this and see this. Or else a finger cannot do of its own accord. Can it?
No.
So you are the finger of the whole total being. He has the body of three worlds. Tribhuvana Bapus, when we worship him, praying his universal being, Purusha Sukta. In the Vedas, we worship him by the mantras. You are, O Lord, you are the being with the three worlds, your form. Salutations to you. You have everywhere hands and legs and eyes and ears. Everywhere. If you hear, he hears. If you see, he sees within you. You are his magnifying glass. The magnifying glass cannot see by itself anything. Understood? Magnifying means multiplying. Where is your identity? What can you do? Can you do anything? Can you suffer? Can you enjoy? Your enjoyment is his enjoyment. If I make some tattoos, or the girls, they make some form, create something in the hand, it is he who is enjoying. Understood? It is he who is suffering. It is he who is seeing and acting and.
But I thought the other way round. I thought my I can suffer, but the absolute Brahman, Atman,
They don't suffer.
cannot suffer.
Oh, your greatness. So, you don't want him to suffer. That is how the great devotees also think. They say, "Oh Lord, let me suffer forever," but you are to be ever glad, you are to be ever worshipped. Let me suffer forever. That is their humble imaginations. And in the end, when you are ready to suffer, then it will turn into enjoyment. You will enjoy for eternity. You will become one with it. Your suffering, when knows no bound, it becomes one with the Absolute.
You become son of God.
Yes. And that is neither suffering nor enjoyment. It becomes absolutely neutral. सबका आराध्य भी आत्मा ही है। ये जितने स्थावर जंगम पदार्थ हैं, whatever living beings and non-living beings are there, or inerts and visible and invisible beings are there, whatever objects are there, और ये जितने प्राणी हैं, and however, whatever beings are there, सब अपने अपनी इच्छा के अनुसार उपहार सामग्री प्रदान कर उसी आत्मा का निरंतर पूजन करते हैं. You are a gift for him. Your presence is a gift for him. He enjoys through you. When he opens the gift, it is well packed with colored paper and glittering some marks. Then he wants to enjoy it, to see what is the gift inside. So, in order to see inside, he makes some surgeries. You think you are in ICU, but he enjoys. He looks within and enjoys what is there inside. Let me see what is there inside the gift.
But at the same time, we also should understand Swamiji, in one body he might be in ICU, in another body he might be having fun. So many bodies, so many experiences.
Yes, when the one finger is enjoying, the other finger is suffering.
Understand as a whole.
And as a whole, there is no suffering, no enjoyment. As a whole, there is somewhere drought, no rain for 2-3 years. All the crops are destroyed. And in the other part, there is flood. Everything is gone. People are suffering. And somewhere there is bumper crop. So much yield. So what is the gain and what is the loss of the governor? What is that? How much he gains, how much he suffers? It is all the same. When you become the president of your nation, then you will understand. Try to. How everything becomes normal for you. People will be abusing you, claiming you, and they will start agitations, and in other places people will be praising you, garlanding you. So what is that to you? Gurudev once did like this. How you have to make your mind balance. That balanced state is absolute. Once in India tour, when Gurudev was in the India tour, he started from Punjab side, and when he was in Ambala, a big city of Punjab or Haryana, Punjab, so much crowd, thousands and thousands gathered together. His name was so well known everywhere. People gathered to see him, and everybody wanted to garland him, come near him and garland to get some pleasure. I have garlanded Swami Shivananda. He was tired of those garlands, and some attendants were there to remove all those continuously. And the meeting was over at late night when he was taken to some resting place. All the facilities were there, and the attendants were there around him. One clever attendant was our elderly Guru Bhai. He was very much particular about the physical body of the of Gurudev, so that he may not suffer much, so that people will get chance to meet him. So wherever Gurudev used to rest at night, this person will have a hole somewhere in the doors or somewhere to see whether Swamiji is all right or not. So that night, our Guru Bhaiji, the main attendant of Gurudev, he saw then through the hole. Gurudev closed the door and went to bed. Instead of going to bed, he took the broom, sweeping broom, and went on beating himself for a pretty long time. And then he went to bed. Next morning, our Swamiji asked politely, Gurudev, I am afraid to ask some question to you. Can I? Yes, yes. Come on. What do you want to ask? Gurudev, I saw something last night. What it is? What did you see? I saw you through the hole. You were beating yourself by the broomstick. Why? What was the position? Why did you do that? What is the meaning of it? So, smilingly, Gurudev explained, my dear, you know how much garlands I had, what you were tired of removing. At that time, the mind was feeling very lifted and very encouraged by the prestige. I asked my mind, are you the same when you get such beatings? I was testing my mind. Both together, then only there will be balance. He himself started beating himself by the broomsticks. Now enjoy. The garlands are same as the broomstick. Where is the question of enjoying or suffering? How can a garland make you great? Why not the broomstick? This is how you have to taste yourself, know yourself. And when you get yourself in balanced state, then that is your real state of absolute being. Then only you are one with the absolute. When you are suffering, that is your false ego who is suffering. You have to understand it. This is how you have to contemplate. Whatever I am doing, it is. I cannot do anything. Who are you to do something? Who are you? Are you the hand? Are you the finger? Are you the eyes? Are you the ears? It belongs to you, it is not you. So if they are moving and doing some actions, how can you claim that you are doing the action? That's how every moment you should be aware everything is done by the nature, by imbalancing the three qualities. Imbalancement is called action and reaction. Where do you stand? What are you? Where are you? When are you? How are you? To claim, I am the doer. Neither you can be the doer nor the enjoyer. By no means, if you be aware of this picture before you. Everything belongs to him, and everything is his worship. Whether you are suffering, it is also his worship. He enjoys both. Enjoyment is possible when it gets imbalanced. Imbalance means changing. Change means if you go on eating rice only, you don't enjoy. Little rice, little dal, little vegetable, little chutney, little sweet, little savory. Then only you enjoy. That difference makes you enjoy. If it will be all the same, do you eat ever one thing continuously? Why? Because you want to enjoy. Similarly, the absolute enjoys by suffering, by enjoying, being happy, being unhappy, having the diseases and having the cure also. Both go together. Then only it is enjoyment. If there is change, that is called enjoyment. If it is without any change, where is enjoyment? That's how the whole world suffers and gets pleasure. Both should be there. That is how you enjoy and suffer. You are bound to. And your suffering and your enjoyment is not yours. You are nowhere seen. It is his enjoyment. That is what he is explaining so clearly. All the beings, living, non-living, all the visible, all the invisible objects, whatever is there or whatever is not there, everything is only for his enjoyment, only for his worship. Now tell me, where are you? What are you? Your identity, your I is deleted forever. It is disappeared, it is evaporated, it is melted into nothing.
टाइम कीपिंग के लिए दिया
Huh?
टाइम कीपिंग के लिए घंटी
Swami is enjoying talking so much.
हाँ,
टाइम कीपिंग के लिए दिया
यस, मैं भी देख रहा था.
हाँ परमात्मा बन गए
He forgets and he remembers also. So tomorrow we shall go further. Again, Ramji will have some questions. So you must have some questions on this. If he can ask, why don't you ask? जब अनेक जन्मों तक वह आत्मा यथाभिमत इच्छा से पूजित होता है, वह उससे प्रसन्न हो जाता है. ये अभी हम विचार कर लिए. We discuss it. Tomorrow also we shall discuss it. He worships himself and he enjoys himself. Your presence is not there. If you are suffering, you are nowhere found, and he is suffering. Let him suffer. What does it matter to you? We shall discuss it tomorrow again. He himself suffers and he himself enjoys, and that is what he is telling. And he himself worships. He worships himself. And beautiful example, our Ramakrishna Paramahansa, when he was in that mood, he used to pluck the flowers and worship his body. He felt the presence of, and he suffers himself. Tomorrow we shall see again. And Ramji has some question we shall see tomorrow. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevamvasishyate Om Shanti 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 Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai Sabda Brahma ki jai Saraswati Maharani ki jai Yoga Vasistha Ji Bhagavan ki jai